Good day guys, Lee here from Curries and Kebabs, and today I'm going to bring you the old favourite chicken tikka. Now some of the ingredients that I'll be using today won't be easily found in your supermarket, so I do stress please use these ingredients, but if you can get to an Indian supermarket, buy the ingredients there, or if you're somewhere sort of fairly remote, or you know, if you're somewhere where you don't have much of an Indian community or whatever the case may be, I'm pretty certain you can buy, I'll put my light on, it might be good. Yeah, if you'll be able to buy these ingredients online. I've seen a lot of these ingredients listed on eBay and various other online stores. So, but you know, use everything I'm saying, and you're going to have the envy of any barbecue, the envy of your dinner parties, and trust me, you're going to be munching away on some of the best chicken tikka you'll have ever tried. My daughter Angelina's going to be so upset that I'm giving my secret recipe away, but there you go, it's one of them things. Now look, if you like my channel, if you want to see more, please subscribe, please like, please share, leave a comment. I'll get back to as many comments as I can, and you know, help me grow the channel. So yeah, okay, now I'm operating all the cameras and everything myself, so I've got to skedaddle around the back here and turn this off, and then I'm going to get preparing this marinade for the most awesome chicken tikka that I'm not being biased, but this is one of the best chicken tikkas you'll ever try. And there's a few secret tips and a few secret ingredients, and this will really make it stand out as an exceptional chicken tikka. Okay, here I go. I'm going to turn this off. Okay guys, back again. Now first ingredient I'm going to use is, I like the old traditional red colour, and I'm going to use just a little tiny bit. That's a little bit too much, but that'll be okay. A little tiny bit there of red food colouring. That's about a quarter of a teaspoon. Now I'm going to make everything up on this platter, and I'll mix the marinade up on this platter. You'll see why in a minute, but anyway, don't worry about writing down the ingredients, because I'll list all the ingredients underneath, so you'll see everything. Just follow the marinade, basically follow the method. Now there's a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of garlic and ginger paste. It's raining heavy outside, you can probably hear that. Welcome to the sunshine state of Australia. Now, I have a jar here of tandoori paste marinade, Pataks. Well, all the top restaurants in the UK use this. Hang on a minute, I'm going to have to shut the door. Wow, the old rain really is coming down. All the restaurants in the UK, or lots of the restaurants that I know of, use a little drop of pre-made marinade. I don't know what they add to these marinades, but it tastes good. Now don't add an awful amount, an awful lot, right? I'll just add a tablespoon. So there's a tablespoon of marinade there, of Patak's tandoori paste marinade. It's a mild version. Now, to that also, I'm going to add a tablespoon of cumin powder and a tablespoon of coriander powder. In a minute I'll mix all this up together. Now, I've got roughly 2 tablespoons of garlic powder here. I'm going to add that. Get a clean spoon. A tablespoon, or maybe 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. Now you can use smoked paprika or you can use Kashmiri chili powder. I alternate between the two. Today I'm using smoked Spanish paprika. Really nice. Now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon or level tablespoon of chili powder. Now don't be worried, it's quite a lot of chili powder, but it won't overpower the dish. For some reason, I don't know quite why, but the chili powder, it's not like it's in a curry. It doesn't really make the tikka super hot. Now here's one of those ingredients I mentioned earlier that I said you're going to have to seek out and use if you want to get a truly exceptional chicken tikka. Now this is a spice mix called chaat masala. Now I use 1.5 teaspoons of chaat masala. Chaat masala is a mixture of black salt that has a slightly sulphurousy smell, a dried green mango, and some chili powder and some various other spices. That's what I've added to that. So chaat masala is really, really essential to get a real authentic, real good chicken tikka. Now I've got some white pepper here, just I don't know, half a teaspoon there, about half a teaspoon. What else do I need now? That's right. My homemade garam masala. 2 lovely heaped teaspoons of garam. In actual fact, I think I'd use 2.5. I'll make it, 2.5 will be enough. Now, another ingredient that you might not be familiar with is a leaf called kasoori methi. This is basically fenugreek leaf, and it's got a beautiful pungent smell and tastes great. Now what I do with this, I rub it in between my hands. Now I'm eating this. If I was cooking in a restaurant or whatever the case may be, I'd be wearing a pair of gloves, you know. You don't want to spread any, most chefs wouldn't wear a pair of gloves anyway. But anyway, so yeah, I rub this herb over the marinade like so. Over there. Right, now, my next ingredient, again, something you might not be too familiar with. It's called mustard oil. Now, in the UK, mustard oil usually has a disclaimer on the back that says not for human consumption. It's been eaten in the subcontinent and various parts of the world for thousands of years. I believe it contains an acid that can be carcinogenic. But I think you've got to consume an awful amount of it to be of any real concern. But we live in a world now where we've got all these guidelines for this, guidelines for that. You know, you can't do a thing without the government having some kind of say-so. So I don't take any notice of that because they've been using this in India and Pakistan for thousands of years. I'm not arguing with those people. I'm using mustard oil. In actual fact, in Australia, it doesn't come with that health warning. So there you go. I guess it's something crazy from the EU. Anyway, now I'm going to pour about 3-4 tablespoons of mustard oil over this marinade, over these spices. And actually, there's not much left in the bowl. I'm going to pour the rest in. Now, a weird and wonderful ingredient. I saw this being used the other day, and I thought, hello, I might give this a try. So anyway, it's just basically hot English mustard. Now, I haven't used the hot English mustard before, but I'm going to give it a try, just 1 teaspoon. It's very commonly used in 1 teaspoon will be enough. It's very commonly used in British Indian restaurant style cooking. So that's what I've used that. So, you know, I'll give it a try. I've never used it before. So we're all learning something here together. But I can't see it having any detrimental flavour to the marinade. I think it's going to actually increase and enhance it, and I think it's going to be very nice. Now, another weird and wonderful ingredient, which you're probably not, you're surprised to see, is a couple of tablespoons of tomato ketchup. I've used tomato ketchup in my marinades for chicken tikka for years, and it's absolutely delicious. Right, next ingredient is I've got some apple cider vinegar. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Now let me have a quick look here. Oh, right, only thing I've got to add now is I've got to add a little bit of salt. I guess so. Now the chaat masala contains salt, so be careful. Don't overdo it. But it's a marinade, and really you can't really over salt marinades, to be quite honest with you, because you're going to remove some of the marinade when you're cooking. Now I've got about a teaspoon of salt, chuck that in. What else do I need? I think, yep, that's about it. So anyway, now all I'm going to do now is mix this lot together. I may have to add some more ingredients, some more wet ingredients. I may even have to add a tablespoon or so of canola oil, just to get this tikka mix a bit more fluid. Yeah, I'm going to add a little bit of canola oil now. Now you could use olive oil if you want to. There'll be no reasons at all why you couldn't use olive oil in place of mustard oil. In actual fact, they aren't too dissimilar in taste. Now I've added that oil. Now you'll notice, for the people out there who know a bit about chicken tikka, that I haven't added any yogurt. There's a good reason for that. If I add the yogurt now, the yogurt will stop all these lovely spices from permeating into the meat. So basically, what we're going to do today is what I'm going to, and this is a secret that all the restaurants use, all the top chefs in Pakistan, Bangladesh, India use. It's called double marination. You marinate this twice. Now, I've mixed that up nice. Now I might just add a tablespoon of water to that. Now, I'm going to add the chicken to this in a minute and coat it. In actual fact, I've got some nice lamb chops in the fridge. I'm going to get them out and I'm going to marinate them as well, because this amount of marinade is good for about 2 to 3 kilos of meat. You don't need to drench it in the marinade. So yeah, I'm just having a recap here. Let me see if I've got everything in. Yep, that's it. That's everything. Now, Here's my chicken. Now I'm using chicken breast. I cut mine about that size. I find if you cut any smaller, the chicken can dry out real quick and it can flake off or break off from the skewer. So there we go, that's about the size I use. Now I'm going to put all my chicken here on this tray. Now my hands are spotlessly clean. Now I'm going to take a little handful of this chicken, this marinade, and I'm going to mix it all in. Like I said, no yogurt yet. Anyone who out there who knows a bit about chicken tikka knows it must have yogurt. Now, like I said a minute ago, I'm going to use some of that tikka marinade there for chops. Now this marinade can also be used for lamb, prawns, beef, obviously your chicken, you could make a chicken tandoori, you could make tandoori chicken using this. Now look, it's all getting mixed lovely here now. Mixing it all together nicely. Want everything coated well. But like I said, it doesn't need to be really saturated, because I'll tell you now, I'm going to marinate this chicken for 2 days. Not overnight, not 2 hours. I'm going to marinate this for 2 days. Now, all these ingredients here are nice and fresh. They'll be wrapped up in cling film or in a glass container, and they will marinate for 2 days. And trust me, that'll be great. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. First thing first, this is the first marinade of the chicken tikka, right? This is the first marinade. Now I'm gonna just quickly wash my hands. Being very careful and mindful, because it did have a little bit of that, what do you call it, food colouring. And you don't have to use food colouring, obviously. But I choose to use food colouring. I like to use, I like the bright red colour. I guess I'm an 80s boy, and I like my chicken tikka the way I used to get it in the old curry houses years ago as a kid. Now, I'm just going to put these bits of chicken here in this bowl again, because this is the first step of the marinade, and we get a spoon that's a bit more suitable. Then I'm going to get a nice pack of lamb chops out and marinate those as well. So, now look, this marinated chicken, I'm going to marinate that now. I'm going to put some cling film over it, and I'm going to put it in the fridge for 20 minutes, half an hour. And then I'll come back to you and show you the next step. Okay, round the back I go, turn the camera off, see you in a little while. Hi guys, right, this is round 2 now of the marinade for the chicken tikka. To the leftover marinade that I had, I've added 2 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. I've added 2 tablespoons of grated onion, and I have added another teaspoon of garam masala. And I also added, a little tiny drop a little tiny bit, quarter of a teaspoon at the most, of that red food colouring that I use. Like I said, I like the colour. So we've got those in it now. Now the chicken has been sitting marinating there for half an hour. Now I'm going to add the chicken to this marinade, to the second marinade. So like I pointed out a minute ago, this is twice marinated. In we go, with that lot. Beautiful colour, look at that. So it's twice marinated. The reason for marination number one is so that you get all the herbs and spices into the chicken, which you don't seem to get when you combine the yogurt in the first place. If you double marinate, you get much better flavour. Now, like I said before, my hands are spotlessly clean, so please don't hit me for the old, you ain't got gloves on. I see a lot of that on YouTube. My food, I'm eating it. My hands are clean. Don't worry. Tell you why. Anyway, now look, you see what I'm doing here? Mixing this all up. I've got a few chops that are going to go on here as well. Okie dokie. Now look, there we go. Here are my lovely chops. These are going to get marinated as well. Exactly the same method, double marination. I've got about 7 or 8 chops here. Can't beat a few lamb chops. The lamb chops I get are from an Afghani butcher. They cut all these chops up to the way you would need them when you're cooking chicken. When you're cooking lamb chops in this style. What they do is they remove a lot of the fat. They cut them slightly bigger. They remove the edge of the fat here. Trim them up a little bit. They're a slightly older animal. Not mutton. They're probably what they call a hogget. So that's about 18 months old, that lamb. And these will cook beautifully tomorrow. Oh, sorry, in 2 days' time on the old barbecue. They will cook lovely. With my hands there, it's a great job to get the kids involved with. Making this marinade, you'll get it splattered all over the kitchen. And I'm pretty certain everyone will love that. Okay, now my hands are filthy. And here comes my wonderful camera assistant to turn the camera off. Now, don't turn the camera off yet, Lee, because I'm going to say to you all again, if you like my videos and if you like this type of food, help me grow the channel. Please like, share and subscribe. And get cooking. Tell me how it turned out. I'll be really interested. Now look. This video will be a part 1. Part 2 is obviously when I cook these chops and the chicken. So stay tuned for the next video and thank you very much for watching. Bye.